Hi. I know you know me, I'm Dolores Forsythe, but I just want to tell you, have you ever had one of those times when all of a sudden everything's working right and you sit down to do something and suddenly these amazing things start to happen creatively and it just keeps flowing and flowing and flowing? Well, I have had 3 days of the most remarkable jewelry design days of my entire 20-year career. I know I always exaggerate a little bit, but this has been a spectacular time. And I want to share them with you because they are so special. So this is just going to be a quick view. They're not even on the website yet, but if you really love them and really want them, obviously they're always available if you just call us, because as you know, everything is one of a kind and they come from all over the world. So there's no duplications of anything because I don't have all of these things except one time. So I'm just going to start and I'm just going to show you everything really, really quickly. First, I'm going to start with this one. And I love this because it's so eclectic. And it was so much work. You just wouldn't believe what went into making all of these elements go together. But it's just a collage of wonderful pieces that we put together, including this little family tree with a little bird on it, and the little yin and yang, and the Buddha. I mean, just look at all these little things that are going on. So this is a great piece, I would say, for like a denim weekend, whenever you just had to have something to wear. But one of the pieces I'm really excited about is this one that I'm wearing. This is one of those things. I've had this piece of druzy for well over a year, and I've always loved it and kept it sort of special. And then just suddenly, yesterday, everything just started aligning, like the stars and the planets. And all of these big, chunky quartz crystals ended up just somewhere in its vicinity, and they all just fell together, and it made my favorite piece. I'm not even sure this one's going to make it to the showroom because I love it so much. And what we know is the metaphysical powers of gems like these can totally give you energy that you never thought you had. Look at me, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm like buzzed. Yeah, I've had a little coffee, but it's really all of these powerful gemstones that I'm working with. So I'm going to go through and show them to you really quickly. So that was the first one, and we do love that sweet little piece, but I want to show you some fun ones. Is this amazing? Okay, so this is what you know as polymer clay. And in between the polymer clay beads, which no, I didn't make these. They're supposedly very easy to make, but for me, I think this is quite creative. And then in between it, there are these little African trading beads that are kind of made out of, I think they're kind of like porcelain or clay or something like that. But it's just one of those pieces that you could put this with anything and make it spectacular. Yeah, it's a little boho, but we love boho. I mean, and even look at it on this, something this simple. Okay, that's one. And then, did I not make its partner that's right behind it? Look at this one. This one has cinnabar, and it's also the same things. It's a different style. It's kind of an Asian themed polymer clay. And then we just put all of these things together and they just went. Isn't that a great piece? I mean, everybody needs a piece of red jewelry, and this could be yours. Okay, so then we went a little bit more in the kind of new age kind of like the Buddha stuff. So this is a mandala, and it has a beautiful, this came from Thailand, and you can see it's so burnished because they rub their Buddha for good luck or for prayers. So this has every kind of element on it that you could ever want, and it can be worn long or short, but it has cinnabar in it, and it has African trading beads in it, and it has these little agates that have been embedded with another agate, and it has lava rock. So it has a lot of wonderful things that went together, including this black oxidized silver chain that can make it extra long if that's what you wanted it to be. So that's fun. And then we did one that my friend Catherine calls our power piece. Look at this. This is such a fun thing. And it started off with, I know you've probably heard of lampwork beads. Well, lampwork beads are these little beads that are all handmade. They're hand blown, actually. And I bought a little strand of them about this long, and it cost like $55. So I put all of my things that I already had with it, including a little piece of bling. And these are actually buttons. They look like they might be some kind of gemstone or something, but they're actually made out of vintage glass. So it's got a little bit of amber and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it went together to make such a fun piece. I love this. And then we got a little bit more traditional, only because I've been being asked frequently lately about coral. People want coral, but they don't want new coral. This is vintage coral. It's probably 25, 30-year-old coral. It's done with stick coral as well as polished coral. This is the original color. They haven't been treated, they haven't been dyed, that's just what they are. So it's just a small piece, but it's an elegant little piece. Really looks good if you layered this up with a strand of pearls too. So that's tray number one. I'm gonna go pretty quickly because we have them done sort of by color and style. So I kind of got into this weekend. I do love gray. I think gray looks so, well, you can see on everything. Dove gray is one of my favorite, or any of the shades of gray, as we know. Anyway, I made this necklace with lots of things in it, including labradorite, which has been faceted, and included rutilated quartz in it. And I made it a 3-strand, but I didn't want it to be heavy, so then I just graduated it into a single strand. It also has a little silver disc in it that makes it a little bit more contemporary. So that is it's about a 20-inch necklace, so it's got a good length to it so you can see all of the elements in it. And then I made an even longer one. Yeah, see, I kind of got on a theme when I was doing these things. And this one is even more fun. It has labradorite, it has druzy, it has a little hamsa. So this has really the international world in it. This is from Turkey, this is from India, and then the rutilated quartz and pieces like that, or from someplace I don't even know. And then there's a little hematite in there. So we've added it all together to make this necklace, which is about 22 inches long. A good piece to wear with a tunic, and it has an extender on the back and a beautiful clasp. Look at the clasp. Can you see that? Okay, one more in this tray and then we'll move on. These are actually white opals, and they've been radiated so that they really do have this amazing kind of polished look to them. So what I did is I just made up a bunch of different pieces to put on it. It can be worn double, as you can see here if we put it on double. So it has everything in it from emeralds, there's an emerald, to labradorite, to garnets, to crystals, and even has some beads in it, some pearls in it. So this is really pretty, look at it. Isn't that a great piece? Okay, so that's 2 trays. Moving right along, then on to the turquoise. And this one was probably, took more time than every other piece on these trays took. These are all hand wrapped, hand wire wrapped. And I put everything you can imagine in this, including this little double C here that you might see. There is abalone, there's sea glass, there's chrysocolla, there's aquamarine, there's this wonderful little bead that's pave white topaz, there's turquoise in it. It's just got a lot of really good things going on. And it's done in silver, and it's done so that you can wrap it twice, or you can wear it long if you were wearing a tunic like this. That's probably not a good example, right? And then this is probably the prettiest turquoise. When we say turquoise now, it's gotten to be not the color we knew when we were young, but this, look at the colors in this. This is just a beautiful, simple, graduated, polished piece of untreated turquoise with a little agate here in the center of it that has silver polished on top of it. It's just a really pretty piece. If you don't have a good piece of turquoise, I would say this one should go home with you. Then we kind of go into a little bit of a dressy thing. I bought these in India, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with them. I thought I was buying it just to take apart, but then I got home and I really fell in love with it. So it's just these New Yorker pearls that are hand wired with this really interesting kind of like, I don't know what that is exactly. It's kind of like, I don't know what this is, but I love it, whatever it is. It's just a really pretty bead, and I was going to use it all by itself, but enameled, that's the word I was looking for. It looks like it's enameled. And then, not only that, I have the earrings that go with it that are really cute. So you can buy them separately or together. They're just a nice set by themselves. Then I got into some really pretty gemstones. Oh, I love this. I bought this pendant when I was in India. Isn't that pretty? With a little piece of lemon quartz in the center of it. This is handmade by my friend named Gargina. Hello, Gargina out there. And then we put it with this raspberry quartz. We added pearls in it to match the little pearl here, and then we did it on a gold chain, gold-plated chain, so that it's something you wouldn't expect. I mean, really, you probably would have thought this went on a strand of pearls, right? But no, we did something because everybody should have a hot pink necklace in their wardrobe. It looks good on lime green, it looks good on gray, it looks good on black, blah, blah, blah. It goes with everything, but yet it goes especially well with everything you want to wear with. And then here are my 3 last favorites. This is the funkiest, this is the weirdest, this is the most fun, and I bet this one goes first. I told you about the woman who does the raku porcelain pieces for us. I get one from her every month. She's from the Northwest, and she makes all of these pieces and sends them to me. I had this natural amethyst. It's all really chunky, funky, but this is the way it comes out of the ground. They just drilled a hole in it and put it in. Talk about spiritual karma. I mean, amethyst is the one that really has probably one of the nicest kind of feels to it whenever you wear it. These are radiated rock crystal on the sides here. So putting this all together, I mean, it's an unusual color arrangement, but it's sort of like watching the rainbow. And you also, if your birthday is in February, here you are. This is the most unusual amethyst that you're ever going to get for a birthday gift. There's one more piece of amethyst, and this is stick, we call it stick amethyst. It's been polished. It's been not heat treated, but it is a beautiful color of purple. Do you see that? That's all been put together. It's top drilled, and then look at the end of it. We put what we would call, it's almost like a vintage shoe buckle, and it has a little purple crystal there in the center of it to just set it all off together. But this is just a really, and it's not sticky, even though they call it stick amethyst. It's just got this nice little feel to it. It's all polished and smooth, and it's really cool. And then the last piece that we have is this beautiful piece. Now this has come about in an interesting way. A woman, a dear friend of mine named Wally Wonkers, gave me this amethyst. And I took it to India with me on my last trip last month and had it set in diamonds. So this is black oxidized silver with diamonds, and then we put it on these pearls that look so much like Tahitian you'd think they were, but they aren't. You know what they say about good pearls? It's supposed to be like oil on water, that kind of like colors that come up kind of like the rainbow. And look at these. I didn't do anything to these pearls. I just bought them, put them all together. If you crush one of these pearls, it would be these colors all the way through. So this is where the oyster has been fed black algae and black seaweed, so that's why it comes up with these. And then in between, I know you don't know the difference, but I put some faceted sapphires are in there too. So this is the most dressy piece in the collection that we have to show you. So I think that's it. I went through them pretty quick, and I have one other special that I'm going to tell you about till the end of the month. I bought some amazing bangles. I mean, I just went bangle crazy when I was in India because I love them so much. Look at these bangles. Aren't they fun? So what I'm going to do for you, because I bought so many, they really are fabulous. I've been wearing them ever since I got home. If you buy one, I'll give you another one for half price. And the average price of them is like $45. And they are just so much fun to wear and so comfortable. They'll be like this for the rest of your life. They are colored as with 22 karat gold. And they are really, really fun. So if you're interested in any of this or anything else that's on our website, just call us and we'll be happy to send it to you tomorrow. 619-435-9211. It was a pleasure sharing all of these exciting things for you. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.